Number 10, determine the standard deviation from the mean of the set of numbers 10, 15, 18, 14, 20, and 30. When you are to determine the standard deviation, in such a case, what you need to do first is to find the mean of the numbers that have been given. So, how do we get the mean? The mean x bar is the sum of the items. We add the individual numbers and divide by their number. When you add the individual numbers, you should get 107. Then there are 6 items if you count. So you divide by 6, and the answer will be given as 17.83. That is if I round off to 4 significant figures, because the answer was much longer. Now, after we do that, we need to prepare our table as shown, whereby we need to have the values x. You can organize them in order, like I've started with the smallest, 10, 14, 15, way to the highest, which is 30. Then we need to find the deviation. So how do you find the deviation x? The deviation D, you take the value x, then minus the mean. So for this case, m is the working mean we are talking about. So when you take x, which is 10, then minus 17.83, you'll get negative 17.83. When you take 14 minus 17.83, you'll get negative 3.83. So you do the same for all the values, and then you move to the third column, which is now the square of the deviations. Square of the deviations, you just take negative 7.83 and you square it. So you can round off your value to 4 significant figures. Like here, you'd have had 61.31, here 14.67, but I just decided to write the exact value because it was not very long. So 61.3089, 14.6689 is the square of negative 3.83. 8.0089 is the square of negative 2.83. So you do the same. Then once you are done with that, we need to add the individual values for the column of d squared and have the sum of d squared. So the sum of d squared is 236.8334 all over 6. Then you are supposed to, the sum of d squared is 236.8334. Then you are supposed to divide by the number of items. That helps you get the variance. Take note that the formula for variance is sum of d squared over n. Then once you do that, you can compute. And for my case, I got 39.47. That is to 4 significant figures. But the question didn't ask us for the variance. They wanted us to find the standard deviation. So to find the standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. So you take whatever you had for the variance, you find the square root, and you'll be able to get the answer 6.283 to 4 significant figures. So I also want you to try out these 2 questions. Calculate the standard deviation. For the first one, you'll be able to get 2.6 as the answer. Then the second one, you should be able to get 5.37 as the answer. Make sure that you practice and reach out in case of any difficulty.